Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm taping the paper for today's video, which is how to use watercolor brush pens. The brush pens that I'm going to be using today is by the brand Steadtler, and these are double-ended brush pens. One end has a fine tip for details and the other one has a brush tip, which is really useful, and I'm going to be using this tip a lot today. To blend them, I'm using these three brushes, a size 2, a size 5 and a size 10. As always, I'm starting off with a light sketch, and for today's video I just thought of painting a koi fish pond. The easiest way to draw a fish is actually to draw a curved line as your guideline, and following that curved line, draw an elongated oval shape to represent its body, and draw two tails and its fins, and you're done. Or you can always use a reference image from Google, and if you like this exact painting to be your reference, then head over to Pinterest because I'll upload it there. I'm finishing off my sketch with two more fishes and two more flowers and some leaves. For the leaves, draw a circle first and make a little section along the radius, and that's it. It's so simple and so easy. And now I'm using a kneadable eraser to lighten the sketch even further because I don't want the graphite to show up through the final drawing. I'm using masking fluid to preserve some highlights, and I'm using a brush dipped in liquid soap actually to protect the brush from the damage that it does. And I'm applying the masking fluid to the fin areas because I don't want the fin area to get dirty, and some highlights in the water and some dots here and there. It isn't necessary, so if you don't have it, just try to maintain those brighter highlights. Now I'm starting to lay down the color, but keep in mind these inks can't be mixed like your regular paints. I'm adding pink only to the shadows, and I'll blend it out with water for a nice light shade of pink. As you can see, just as I added water to that color, it became very much light, and that is exactly what I'm looking for. Once I'm done, I'll let it dry and move on to the other areas. I'm using yellow and a light brown for the stamen. I'm using olive green for the leaves, and I'm leaving certain areas white because when I blend it with water, that area will be lighter when compared to the rest of the leaf. The flowers are pretty dry right now, so I'm adding another layer of pink to saturate the colors even more. I'm doing the same thing again, adding the color to the shadows and blending it out with water. And I'm using the fine tip of the brush to add some details on the petals and blending it out with water as always. For the shadows on the leaves, I'm using the same green color because these pens can't actually be mixed like your regular paints. So the only way to get a darker shade is by layering the same color on top of the previous layer, exactly like I'm doing right here. Moving on to the pond area, I'm using a sky blue color, and actually I'm holding the brush at a slight angle so that I get a broader stroke. And also I'm following along the flow of the water, leaving some areas white because I want those areas to be brighter than the rest of the pond. I don't know why, but these pens used to blend very nice without any harsh lines, but today they didn't do that, so I had to use those lines as the ripples of the water. I let it dry and moved on to the fish. Just like the leaves, I've left some areas white because I want a lighter shade on those areas. Once that dries, I'm adding another layer of the same color for some shadows. Again, following the flow of the water, I'm adding a darker shade of blue. I add this color wherever I want shadows. In this case, I want the shadows around the leaves and the flowers and just a little bit around the fish. I'm adding some more shadows for the fish. I'm adding another layer of blue to the water to saturate it even more. Now I'm using the same green that I used for the leaf. I'm using the same orange color and I'm just dotting, as you can see, to create some of the scales on the fish. I'm using the same pink color to draw some details on the flowers. I wanted some more shadows on the leaves, so I'm going in again with the same green color. Once everything is dry, I'm removing the masking fluid from the fish. Using the fine tip of the brush, I'm going to draw the fins because the fins are much more textured and they fold in a lot of different ways, creating these tiny little shadows which is very hard to draw with the brush tip. When I blend them with water, these lines are going to become much more soft, creating the exact look that I want for the fins. With the grey color, I'm adding shadows to the leaf area and the flower area. I'm adding even more shadows and details to the fish with the red color because I just want even more depth in them. Once everything is dry, I'm rubbing off all the excess masking fluid. Now with a white gel pen, I'm adding some bright highlights to the center part of the head to make them look a little more three-dimensional, and to some parts of the fin, not everywhere. I'm adding blue to those white highlights on the water. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel, and let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Bye everybody.